Ouellet, and I'm here to do your July Psychic Angel card reading for 2015. And I've decided to do something different this month. Instead of pulling three cards of the same deck, I used Doreen Virtue's Romance deck, the Healing deck, which is the health, kind of the health-related question deck, and a romance card. I'm sorry, an Archangel card too. So you have one of each one: romance, health, and archangels. So I have said you're Virgo, Virgo, Virgo a couple times here and pulled the cards for you ahead of time. What I received for you was make the effort in the romance, overcoming difficulties in the archangel, and that's Archangel Jeremiel. And then acceptance is the healing card. And that is, I'm just looking at the name. It's, yeah, they're healing cards. I want to make sure I got the name of the deck right. So let's talk about the healing first of all for you. Acceptance. You have the acceptance card. That's talking to you about letting go, letting God, surrendering. And acceptance for you, Virgos, doesn't mean that you're okay with the situation that you find yourself in. Doesn't mean that you like it or that you like what's happening or that you even are okay with anything going on. It just means that you're accepting the outcome, accepting the inevitable, that you have no control over things, and that God or a higher power is coming in to take the situation out of your hands. Hopefully they'll be replacing it with something better when you can accept and release. A lot of times Spirit will come in and either handle the situation for you or replace it with something even better for you. And I'm sorry, can you tell I'm French and Italian here? I talk a lot with my hands. I noticed that. I'm doing that. So the message in this card for you is, Dear God and Archangel Raphael, please help me accept that everything is going in the right direction. All right? So that they just want you to acknowledge that there's things beyond your control that you can't foresee. One of the other messages in this book is talking about the angels are working behind the scenes to kind of make situations change them for you. They're trying to change them for the better. Having prayers, hanging in there, knowing that things aren't going to stay the way that they're at right now. Expecting a miracle. There's lots of different meanings to acceptance. Again, it's not being okay with the situation and not liking it or desiring what's going on, but just accepting, like taking a breath and releasing it and going, okay, this is what it is, and there's nothing I can do about it, and I just have to kind of go with the flow. So I hope a lot of you Virgos out there can understand what this is. I'm going to say to you, I don't remember what June was for you, but I'm going to say to you, this feels family related to me. So it feels like there's a lot going on in your family situation that you have no control over. And again, general reading here, so not going to apply to everybody, but I'm definitely feeling a connection to a family member here for you. And even maybe somewhat of a close family member, not like a super distant cousin or anything like that, but it feels connected to child or parent or sibling, kind of somewhat close to you. So again, no control over it, let go, let God, which goes hand in hand with the overcoming difficulties card. This is Archangel Jeremiel. The worst is now behind you and you're surmounting any previous challenges. Okay, so again, situations have been thrown at you. Boy, you Virgos have had a tough ride for the last couple months here, huh? And they're saying, like, all of a sudden now, just beware. Like, again, they're showing me, honestly, one of your angels is just going, breathing a sigh of relief. Like, okay, this is time for us to now realize that the rainbow, they're showing me like a rainbow, like you're overcoming these tremendous obstacles that have been sent at you, put in your way. And now they're saying to you, blessings coming to you, challenges kind of going away, and now, again, rainbow. They're not showing me a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but they are showing me the rainbow. So they're saying the challenges you've faced have made you stronger and taught you new lessons. So basically, instead of becoming bitter about this, you've decided that everything has a learning scope around it. So if you can take away lessons from every single situation that you found yourself in, every single struggle, every single adversity situation that you found yourself in, and I'm hearing that you guys have had a lot thrown at you recently, if you're taking away from that there's a lesson in that, a lesson in growth, a lesson in your personal growth, a lesson in knowing what you don't want moving forward, So take a positive page from this book and say, okay, this was a crappy situation, and boy, I don't want to repeat this again. So if you learn from it and you overcome the difficulty in it, you won't necessarily maybe have to repeat it. You're taking away something positive and you're putting into the future, okay, like let's just say it's relationship wise, because you got the make an effort in relationships, so maybe this will kind of go and coincide with that. But if it's relationships and you've been realizing that you tend to go for the same type of people, or you tend to be in these bad relationships with people, even family members, again going back to acceptance, it could be with family members. If you find yourself in situations like that, then this is the time for you to say, all right, what can I learn from that? Because I do not want to keep repeating week after week, month after month, year after year, the same type of lesson with these people. I want to learn from it and I want to move on and grow. And your guides are saying that's exactly what you're doing. You've done a lot of the hard work to get you here, and now you're not going to I feel like a lot of you, not all of you, I feel like a lot of you are not going to have to repeat this particular lesson with this family member. You've actually learned it. Middle of the year, July, half of the year mark here. We have learned this lesson over the last 6 months, over the last year, whatever. You've been dealing with this, you've been struggling with this, and it has been, your guides just said, they went like, they covered their eyes, they went, oh my God, it's been such a challenge. Like, there are days that you just want to pack it up and crawl under the covers and just not get out of bed with it, And again, if it's a family member, they're in your face all the time, or they're in your energy space, they're connected to you etherically. It's hard to separate them when it's people that you love or people that you care about, but the situation's there. So again, what do? You let go, you let God, and you learn from it and you move on, and that's what they're saying. That's what you've done, Virgos. So good for you. Keep it up, and if you're not quite there, not quite at overcoming the challenges, overcoming the difficulties, this card is giving you respite, telling you that that's what you're working towards. You're certainly moving on in the direction of growth, personal growth. So making the effort with relationships. Great love is worth taking the steps that you're guided to take. So your angels and guides are like giving you advice here, giving you guidance and saying, hey, Virgos, you have to take, I don't want to make this a negative. They're just saying you can't sit back and wait for the relationship of your lifetime to knock on your door. Like if you're a female and you're waiting for the UPS guy to knock on your door and say, hey, I've been waiting to ask you out for, all my life. Probably not going to happen, And same situation, reverse it to being a male waiting for a woman to knock on your door and say, hey, did you know that, you're my dream man and I knew exactly where you lived and I'm coming to your house to ask you out. It's not going to happen that way. You have to take steps to get out of your way. You have to take steps. You have to take steps to put yourself out there, to make yourself a little more vulnerable, even if it's been a challenge for you, and even if that's one of the obstacles that you've been overcoming and learning, you still got to keep putting yourself out there a little bit more. Make an effort. Force yourself to get out of your own comfort zone. It might be comfortable to stay at home in front of the TV and just hang out with friends on weekends and not go out and socialize with other people, but you got to take steps to put yourself in social situations where you're going to meet people. And again, if you're one of those people that's in a committed relationship, if you're one of the ones that's already with somebody, you need to make the effort to take this relationship to the next level. Don't get lazy, don't take the person for granted, and don't just assume that because things are really at a good status quo that there doesn't need to be work to be done in the relationship. Make the effort to continue to keep the relationship steady and prospering. Make the effort to tell the person that you care about them, show them with affection, give them words of encouragement. It's reciprocal. So make sure that you're making the effort to let the other people in your life know that you care about them. And if you're on the receiving end of this, make the effort to get out there and put yourself in a more vulnerable situation to bring love in for you. So your guides are giving you a lot of good information here. They're telling you to let go, release, surrender, and release seems to be the biggest message for you guys, for you Virgos out there. So I hope that these, I hope that these cards make sense for you in the month of July. Got the 4th of July in the beginning of the month, celebrations. Make sure you go out to a party. If you get invited to a family or a friend's party for the 4th of July and you were just going to kind of hang out, watch the fireworks on TV or something, don't do it. Go for this. Go for this party. You never know. You might meet the love of your lifetime if you're single. A friend might be bringing a friend or a relative, and you just might hit it off with this person. You have no idea that they were going to go, and this could be the start of something wonderful for you. So hopefully this is helpful for you, and thank you all of you for subscribing to my YouTube channel and watching my videos. I love it. I love you sharing them as well too. Thanks for sharing me on Google and Google+. Thanks for following me on Twitter and liking me on Facebook. And as always, if you would like a personal private reading, you can reach me at my website at lisawillette.com, www.lisawillette.com, and the information is at the bottom of the screen. Thank you so much.